Well, welcome. Today is new consultant training call number one. I'm so excited that you're all with us. I mean, just think of what your future holds for you as a Norwex consultant who's going to be sharing your personal journey of what using Norwex products has meant for you and your family. My name is Sheila Hercules. I'm the Senior Director of New Consultant Development and Leadership here at Norwex, and I'm delighted to be your host for this afternoon's call. So let's get started. You all are very familiar with what Norwex stands for. What is our purpose? What is our mission? Well, improving quality of life by radically reducing chemicals in our homes. It's a pretty noble purpose, wouldn't you agree? I mean, if you think about it, over 80,000 new chemicals have been created in the last 50 years, and yet fewer than 300 have ever been tested for their impact on human health. Gosh, that's got to have some kind of an impact on each and every one of us. So here you are, a part of Norwex, and I want you to feel right away that we're not just a company, we're actually a promise for a brighter future. At Norwex, we're real people making a real impact through our promise of a brighter future for everyone for generations to come. Real people, real impact. You know, if you think about the idea that you are a change agent, you are a catalyst for making positive changes. If you think about in your own home, that you might cook meals based on what you saw your parents, grandparents, or aunts and uncles do. You might even say that for some things, you're like a generational cook, keeping those family traditions and family recipes alive. The same can be said for our cleaning habits. I know for myself personally, when I first got married, I went to the grocery store and bought all the same cleaning products that my mom did. And I went about cleaning my new home the same way I saw my mom clean our home. It involved a lot of paper towel and a lot of window cleaner, along with a whole slew of different chemicals. And yet, instead of following in her footsteps and carrying on that legacy, if you will, I changed the generational behavior around chemicals and cleaning products for my own family once I became aware of a company like Norwex, an opportunity to look at different solutions. I've stopped using paper towel and window cleaner. There aren't chemical products under my kitchen sink, under my kitchen under my kitchen sink, under my bathroom sink, in my laundry room, in my hall cupboard. I have totally Norwexed my whole house. You could say that I have created my own safe haven for my family. And what that has done has influenced my sons. I have 4 boys. One just got married. I know that because of the changes I made in our home over the last couple of years, that I've influenced their thought, their belief around chemicals. And as they each will go about creating their own home, I feel confident that they'll be making a safe haven, that I've taught them and shown them the alternatives to a lot of chemicals. So as much as I hope they hold on to my meatloaf recipe or how I make roast beef, I hope they hold on to those. They're good. But I hope that they have also embraced the cleaning habits, the cleaning legacy that I have created for our family by removing chemicals. To me, that's the real power of Norwex, is that for each and every family that chooses to support the idea of removing chemicals, what happens is we are changing behaviors for future generations. That has to feel good. It's very positive. You could say as a Norwex consultant then that you're doing very good work in your community. And I hope you're proud and excited about this role. I want to introduce you to our co-founder, Debbie Bolton, because today I'm going to talk a lot about getting your business up and running. And I'm going to talk a lot about the party. And that's because 20 years ago, In Northern Canada, when Debbie first had the very first Norwex Enviro cloth, that little red cloth, Debbie started this business by sharing Norwex through the party model, sharing it socially with a group of people gathered around a kitchen table or gathered in a living room. It was very much a social event where she shared her belief, her vision for creating a safe haven. She goes on to say that the party, it was her dream in action, and it is the be-all and end-all for the success of Norwex today, which is why we call it your party starter kit. So look at all the goodies that are coming to you if you haven't already received. This is what we give to our new consultants to help them get started with building their Norwex business. You have everything you need. Most importantly, what you have are our top selling products, the ones that we know most customers select the very first time they're introduced to Norwex. I'm talking about the Enviro cloth, the window polishing cloth, the dusting mitt, the cleaning paste, the laundry detergent, the mop. We've also given you in your kit a few products for you to get comfortable with. We've given you a bathroom scrub mitt to help you in your bathroom. We've given you a 3-set body pack so that you can begin using Norwex products for personal care using a body cloth. Now you've got 3 of them. You might save the other 2 and use those as incentives for those who are going to support you by booking your first parties. We also gave you very handy because, a lot of good cleaning starts and ends in the kitchen. We've given you one of my favorite, the fruit and veggie scrubber. That makes peeling carrots a breeze when you first use the veggie scrubber on carrots, or cleaning apples or cleaning pears. It helps to remove dirt and pesticides and other germs. You have everything you need, and I hope you are thrilled with these products, and that once the kit arrives, you will quickly begin getting acquainted with them. So if we think about it for a moment, all right, here you are. What steps do you think we would take to open up our Norwex business? Well, the first thing is, I think it's really important that you need to know why you want this Norwex business opportunity. There's a why. There's a reason you said yes. That yes might change and grow into something more. You might have started with a really strong why. Perhaps eliminating chemicals in your home and the home of others is really important. Maybe our mission really speaks to you. Maybe you think that these products are a great handy household item because they save time and they save money. Maybe you wanted to get out of the house a few nights and get more social in your life. Maybe you wanted to develop some personal skills. Maybe you wanted to earn some money. All of those are great reasons. And as I said, it's important to zero in right now and think to yourself, okay, Sheila, why did I say yes? Just keep that in the back of your mind. The next thing is, you've got this great business. Well, who are you going to share all this good news with? We're going to talk about that today. Who are you going to share it with? And of course, one of my favorites, well, what am I going to say to them? I've got this new business. I think I know who I want to talk to, but gosh, I'm not sure what I'm going to say to them. I'm going to help you with that today. Then there's well, when am I going to start? When am I going to launch this business? And there's no reason to wait, is there? I mean, you're excited. As soon as that kit comes, you are ready to rock and roll this business. So launching your business should be something that has a sense of urgency, a sense of immediacy, doing it right away. And you'll have some choices. How are you going to launch this business? I'm going to talk about the launch party. And I want you to understand that I also get in today's age, for some of you, that launch party is live in someone's kitchen, your own living room. And for others of you, you'll do it through social media on Facebook. The important thing is to make a plan of when you're going to do it, organize yourself, and get that done. Get your business kicked off. The last thing that also sort of relates to why you join Norwex is, what do you want this business to give you? What do you want Norwex to do for you, to help you become, to help enhance your life? What do you want from Norwex? Is it a strong income? Is it a safe haven home? Is it a sense of purpose? Is it access to more great products at a great price? You'll know to some extent today with me right now that you probably came with a few expectations of, gosh, if I'm going to join Norwex, I'm hoping that it does this for me. I want you to focus on that and keep that top of mind. So let's dig in a little deeper. How do I help answer all those questions for you? Well, inside your new consultant kit is a 5 easy steps to getting started new consultant guide. I reference that throughout this call. It's also available once you received your welcome email and you had your consultant ID and you logged into your back office and created your new password. A whole world of resources opened up for you. And I encourage you to get acquainted with what we call your dashboard. The first page you see, you've got a Fresh Start tracker, and you've got all these little areas you can visit, the tabs across the top of the page, training and resources. Where you will want to spend a bit of time is under training, specifically training for new consultants. There's also the tabs for doing your business, for setting up your parties. You're going to even be prompted. It's optional, but you'll be prompted to enter in the dates of your launch party just to help you make a commitment to that first step goal. This is what the inside of the brochure looks like. These are the steps that are outlined in the back office training area, and we're going to talk about the first 3 today. Part of what's in step 1 is a business plan. Now, I get it. I do. I mean, you've just joined. What's this talk about a business plan? What if I were to say to you that by simply taking a pencil and answering these questions, why did you join Norwex? And you're going to be making money when you start sharing Norwex. You're going to make 35%. The average Norwex party is $500. Actually, it's a little bit more. So a 500 average party brings you earnings of about $170. That's a powerful income. What do you think you're going to do with the income you're going to be earning with your Norwex business? Hopefully you've had a chance to look at what your current life is like, all the things that you have going on, whether you work outside of the home or stay at home and raise your family or take care of elderly parents. You've got other things going on in your life. Norwex is meant to go alongside your life. I don't want you to have to choose between going to your daughter's ballet practice and doing a Norwex party. I want you to be thinking ahead of what your personal capacity is, the time available in your life to dedicate to Norwex. In other words, if you thought of a Norwex party as a part-time shift, how many shifts a month with Norwex would you like to do? How many shifts a month do you have the potential to do? And the last one is, what is your party goal for each month? And so what are the dates for getting started with your launch party? Have you figured out those dates yet? This success promise, if you will, is a great affirmation for yourself. Now, you can share it with your family, your best friend, the person that introduced you to Norwex. Feel free to share it with whomever you would like to. But what's really important is that you understand why you're doing Norwex, because that is exactly what people will want to know from you before they want to know what is Norwex and how do you use the products. They're going to be very curious to hear your story of why Norwex was the right product and the right company for you. Kicking off your business, it's going to start with whatever you call your grand opening. I call them launch parties. It's really just your opportunity with family and friends sitting around your kitchen table, sitting around your living room, or if you're using Facebook, where you're going to immediately want to share your experience with the Norwex products, inviting those people you care about to take a closer look at the products and see if creating their own safe haven, reducing chemicals, is of interest to them. One of the things I recommend is to schedule 2 launch parties. That just makes it easy for people to come to your party and support you. If you only chose one weeknight, what happens if that weeknight happens to be a night that many of your friends and family already have a commitment? They're going to have to say no to you. I believe they want to say yes. So when you have 2 different dates to offer people, you increase the likeliness that your friends and family are able to attend and find out all about Norwex with you at your launch party. The second thing I want to point out about your launch party, you get to host them. That's right, you get to not only earn the 35% from sales of Norwex products, but you also receive all of the host benefits that we reward our Norwex hosts with. You get to be both. In fact, you can always host your own Norwex party at any time. I encourage you to put a host your own Norwex party on your calendar every month. It's a great reminder of having an event to invite people that you come across who are interested in hearing about Norwex but unable to book a party with you. By inviting them to your home, you're still able to receive the host benefits and yet provide a party experience of seeing these products up close and sampling how to use them. You still get to provide that to people if they're unable to book a party with you right away. So one of the first things I suggest you do is look at your calendar and set those 2 dates up now if you haven't done so already. For getting involved quickly with your Norwex business, we have what I think is a terrific way for new consultants to keep adding to their new product collection through Fresh Start. It's also a place to earn specialty logoed business tools, these beautiful bags to use for carrying your products to your party, for a bag that holds your mop, and then another bag that you can use for paperwork and office supplies. This is all part of your Fresh Start program. Let's first take a look at your sales plan portion. Within your first 90 days, we've set 3 goals for you to work towards. One is at day 15, then at your 30-day mark, and then at your 60-day mark. We all know that in order to earn our kit for free, we need to submit $2,000 in our first 90 days. If you do that sooner, by your first 60 days, you get a beautiful gift. Let's back up. Step 1, in your first 15 days. Well, to me, that's your launch party. Your launch party covers that. Step 2 is $1,000. It's all cumulative by your first 30 days. Well, when you add your launch party and another party, gosh, I think you're going to hit that $1,000 and you receive the second set of great products. And of course, keeping that momentum going, doing a few more parties, you should easily hit your $2,000 within your first 60 days. Or as I like to say, that's 4 parties in your first 2 months. The recruiting portion, and you might be surprised that I'm already mentioning to you about bringing someone else on board. You know, you'll probably discover very quickly that at your parties, as much as everyone wants to use Norwex and buy it from you and create their own safe haven, it's the type of company, it's the type of mission, it's the type of product selection that inspires people to want to share it with people they care about, so bookings and hosting their own parties for you. And equally, you will find that the mission speaks to some people, and you're going to be attracting interest from others who would also like to become involved with Norwex. That there's something very powerful, a heart tug, if you will, that suggests to them that, gosh, they too would like to get involved with Norwex and help others create their safe haven. So you're going to find very early on that bookings and recruiting are natural conversations that you're going to be having. By recruiting people within your first 90 days when your excitement is most high, these are the rewards that you can earn. I also want to point out that when you bring someone onto Norwex and you help them to achieve their fresh start step 1 in sales, so it's this goal at 15 days of submitting $400, when you help someone achieve their first fresh start step 1, Norwex sends you a thank you gift in your account of $150 shopping spree of Norwex product of your choice. When you furthermore help this new consultant that you've brought into Norwex, when you help them earn their party starter kit for free, so right now it's $2,000 in your first 90 days, Norwex thanks you again for being a support to that person, and Norwex gives you a $300 shopping spree. So if you do the math, that's a total of $450 in free Norwex product as a thank you for bringing someone into Norwex who has some success with their business. If we go to, though, one of the other questions I asked you, okay, who do you think you're going to be sharing Norwex with? It's easy for us sometimes to make a little list in our head, and just off the top of our head, we can think of a few people. I'm all about making a great list. You know, it's easy to forget someone, or it's easy to convince ourselves that we can't talk to certain people yet because we don't feel confident. What if I suggested to you that one of the number one ways new consultants have success is they take the time to write out a list of all the people they want to share Norwex with? We call this a Frankie list, and Frankie is just a name we give to it because it's an acronym for covering off those areas in your life where you know people. You've got some friends, you've got relatives, you've got some acquaintances, you have some neighbors, and you have connections through your kids if you have kids. And then there's everything internet, whether it's texting, email, or Facebook. It's a great idea to spend the time and actually old-fashioned write down the names of the people that you would like to connect with and share your news about Norwex. You can take it a step further, actually, and as you are doing your list, there are going to be people that you want to invite to your launch party. There will be people that you want to ask to host your first couple of parties, and you might already have someone in mind that you would like to invite into Norwex. As you're doing this Frankie list, why not make a note or use a little check mark or a symbol saying, these are my invites to my launch party. These are the folks I'm hoping will book a party with me. And this is the gal or two that I would like to speak to about having them join Norwex alongside me. You know, in your first couple of days, first couple of weeks, one of the things that'll carry you is your genuine enthusiasm. People will hear that in your voice. They will hear your excitement, and that just intrigues them to want to listen more and pay attention more and get involved somehow to support you, but more importantly, to better understand how they too can be creating their own safe haven by removing a lot of toxic chemicals from their home. So the Frankie list is really important. Remember how I talked with you a little bit about wanting Norwex to work alongside you and figuring out what your capacity is? What if you took a look at, maybe you're like me and you have a family calendar that's magnetic that sits on the fridge, and all those things like hockey practice, doctor's appointments, and family gatherings are all on that calendar. Why not take a look at your calendar and figure out what nights during the next couple of weeks, what nights are your best night to work Norwex? Is it maybe even a Saturday or Sunday afternoon? Figure out when it's good for you to work your Norwex business and write that down on the side of this paper. You can just create your own paper that looks just like mine on the screen and put those dates that you're available that work really well for your schedule and call those your openings. And then on the other side of the paper, as you see, go back over your Frankie list. Think about those that you're inviting to your launch party, and then think about those that you would like to invite to take some of your very first parties and have them help you introduce Norwex in your community, starting with the people they know. What this does is it helps focus you on a few simple things, understanding what nights you can work and who are the people that you're going to reach out to first. Once you do that, you can actually change this sheet into something a little more formal that you can use at your launch party and all your parties. You might type up something that looks very similar to what you see on my screen, my available dates. And writing down those dates that you're available and the time that works well for you, you now take and share this at your launch party and all your future parties and invite people to pick a date that works well for them and plan their party together. Let's talk about the product for a moment. We've talked a bit about how to get this business going, but the truth is the product is our business. So you've got these fabulous, best-selling, everyday household products to use in your own home and, of course, to take with you to your parties to demonstrate. Our microfiber, and microfiber's out there. There's a lot of different stores that now sell microfiber. 20 years ago, that wasn't the case. What makes our microfiber better than other microfiber? Two things. Number one, our microfiber is incredibly dense. Have you ever held out an EnviroCloth up to the ceiling where in front of a light and noticed how thick and dense the cloth is? That's because our EnviroCloth is 1/200th of a human hair, so that's really, really, really microscopic. And we weave it in and loop it in such a way that it creates such what's the word I'm looking for? It creates such a tight weave that as you wipe your EnviroCloth across a surface, it picks up about 99% of surface bacteria. It's because this amount of microfiber in the EnviroCloth, if I was to unravel it, it would reach from Manitoba, Canada, down to the Gulf of Mexico. That's how much fiber is in this cloth. It's easy then to understand how it traps everything in its path until you rinse it and release it. The other feature is called Anti-Bac. It's not in every one of our cloths, but it's in a lot of them, and in particular in our Enviro and polishing cloth and dusting mitt. It means that this Anti-Bac is a trademark of ours, and what it is it's silver. It's not nano silver. It's micro pieces of silver that are put into the cloth. How it works is think of the liquid of the microfiber and the liquid of this silver. And what happens is it's mixed together, this microsilver and the liquid microfiber. They are mixed together the same way I add cream to my coffee. Once I mix them together, I can never separate them. They are permanently together. And from that mix becomes the process of knitting and extruding and creating the microfiber. So it's not something that the cloth isn't dipped in silver, it's not spray painted on, it's actually part of the microfiber. And as you know, microsilver has the ability to stop bacteria from growing. It eliminates the oxygen that bacteria need to grow. Now, to activate this microsilver, you need water. So when the cloth is dry, it's doing a great job of lifting, cleaning, and dusting. When you use it wet, the silver has been activated. And that's part of the reason why you can be picking up bacteria from the surface. But more importantly, rinsing your cloths really well is activating this microsilver and inhibiting the growth of bacteria so you don't get that stinky cloth smell. And it's almost like a self-purification process that once you have finished cleaning up your mess, and I'm even thinking of a raw egg that breaks on the floor, and you've rinsed it out really well, what you can do is just hang your microfiber to dry, and over the course of the coming hours, that microsilver goes to work while the cloth is wet and damp, and it is killing off all of that bacteria so that your cloth is purified again and smells and behaves like a brand new cloth the next time you go to use it. You have an opportunity with all the products that came in your kit to practice some very simple demos. There's a sheet in your kit that says Get to Know Your Party Starter Kit. And we give you the description of the product and the demo to do. They are super easy. In fact, doing these demos at your party is really a quick and easy way to get everyone to see firsthand the power of the Norwex products. A good party doesn't need a whole lot of products because most people, as I said, are going to be attracted immediately to the EnviroCloth, the polishing cloth, the dusting mitt, the cleaning paste, the laundry detergent. The mop is our most expensive item and is truly a must-have and highly coveted item in our line. People love our microfiber Norwex mop system. We have a Safe Haven training house on the back office under the training area for new consultants. You can click on a product in the room of the house, so it tells you what room it's predominantly good for, although it can be used everywhere. And it gives you a very quick 2 or 3 minute video on how to demonstrate that product. So we've made it very simple for you to focus on your core products. We've given you a product information sheet. Over the course of time, you're going to learn more. You're going to pick up more tips on all the different products. You've got fabulous resources to educate you. Your customers might educate you on products that they've tried that you may not be familiar with. And you know what? If somebody at your first parties asks you about a product you know nothing about, you will have ways to learn that quickly through your product information sheets. But the most important thing to do is to be honest and let your customer know, that's a new product for me, one I'm not yet familiar with, but I would love to get back to you. I'm going to learn about it and I'm going to follow up with you right away so that I can share what I've learned about this product. You don't need to know every product in the catalog. Some of that learning will be natural as you move forward in your Norwex journey. As I said, on the back office under resources, we've got lots of product information sheets, but I'm also showing you a screenshot of the back office, and I put a red circle in the upper right-hand corner for Ask Nora. That's kind of like our version of Wikipedia. Nora, it stands for Norwex Right Answers. You can go into Ask Nora and just type in something like microsilver or host flyer or EnviroCloth, and it will find what you're looking for and bring it up to you. So you don't have to spend a lot of time searching the back office. You can simply ask Nora. It brings me, though, to this point with everything we know and everything we want to share, and we know who we're going to share it with. It's kind of like, okay, what am I going to say? I don't want to come across too salesy, but I want to sound confident. And so what are the words that I can say to help me get the word out for my business? Well, we've come up with what we call a power statement. It's really just about finishing these 3 thoughts and then putting them together as part of your conversation starter. So it would be, I joined Norwex because what I love most about what I'm doing right now is, and the reason I'm really excited to tell you, share with you, you'll make these your own. You don't have to follow this word for word, but I think you get the gist of it. The first thing is people want to know why you're a part of Norwex. That's important to them. They want to know that first before they want to know how the products work. The second one, about what you love most, lets people know what your role is as a Norwex consultant. Maybe what you love most right now, or what you're going to love most about your Norwex business, is being out and about in your community, sharing the Norwex mission with others and helping them eliminate chemicals. And the reason you're excited to share it with them is, well, it could be because you know that they're very environmentally concerned. It could be that you know they're looking for ways to save time and money. And you might just feel really excited about how well it's worked for you, that you just want other people to know that Norwex is a great solution. Norwex is the answer. I encourage you to practice with your power statement a couple of times until it feels really natural for you. You can be using your power statement to invite people to come to your launch party, to hold bookings for you in your first few weeks. You can even use it when you're inviting one of your girlfriends to join you as a Norwex consultant. It's kind of a one-size-fits-all in terms of what you can craft into your responses and then what you can make into sort of how you're going to run your conversation. Again, you've got lots of resources in your 5-step guide. For those of you who are very keen on social media, I want you to know that we have you covered. We have lots of different places and support pieces to help give you a real social media sense of coverage. We've got Facebook and YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter, and oh my gosh, we've got everything. We've even got instructions on how to do a Facebook party. So Norwex certainly has you covered. Let's see what else. Oh, here you go. Here's what it looks like in your back office when you would like to check out some of the training and educate yourself on using different aspects of social media. You can see here we've got a whole section devoted to it, different videos that you can watch. So if you're like most of us, you can probably self-learn. You could probably go back into your new consultant training and look up or ask Nora social media training, and what you're going to see is what you see in front of you. Lots of different opportunities for you to learn some new skills. So what are the things that, in closing, what are some of the things that should be top of mind today? Well, I think we want to schedule our launch parties right away, right? The sooner the better. We're going to get the host benefits. We're also going to start tracking to earn our Fresh Start rewards, and it helps us start to fill up our booking calendar. I love the idea that you can host your own launch parties. What a way to get some extra free Norwex that you can be using in your own home. I encourage you to do that old-fashioned list with a pencil, building your contact list, your connection list, by using something like the Frankie list. And when you're doing this Frankie list, I want you to be thinking of, well, who do I want to come to my launch party? Who am I going to invite to take my first party dates that I'm going to schedule? Who are my most likely hosts? And is there anyone right now that I can see would love to know more about being involved with Norwex and would love to talk about what it means to be a Norwex consultant? You've got this power statement, this tool that can help you craft your own Norwex conversations. It's just a way to help you guide and own your conversation. And although you might want to talk about her kids or her pets at some point during the phone call, these are your personal connections. If you can manage to have a business conversation and get some of that out first, by using a power statement to introduce yourself, it allows you to make sure that you're getting your message across and sharing it with people. I also suggest that you keep booking parties right away. My sense is do as much as you can in the first 30 days. Get your feet really wet. Earn some of those fresh start rewards. Get some parties under your belt so that as you move forward, you will have quickly gained all the experience you need to give your business some really strong momentum. And keep your eye on your fresh start goals, because you don't want to miss that opportunity. Whoops. And so I want to thank you for coming on the call today. Does anyone have any questions? I saw one question that came in, and somebody asked me, well, what happens if I don't do $2,000 within my first 90 days? Well, the answer is, I don't know if you've done any, but let's say you didn't do any sales in your first 90 days. You will owe the company $200. But let's say you did a $1,000 party. Well, you've earned $350. And so from those earnings, if you didn't hit 2,000, you'll pay the $200 for the price of the kit, what we charge you, and you'll still have a profit of $150 left in your own pocket. Now, most people are really successful and able to submit $2,000 for parties, if you will, in their first 30 days. My advice is don't lose sight of that goal. Any other questions before we close our call today? I want to thank you all. Did you find it good value? Did you feel that this was a great way to spend, about 45 minutes or so with me on the phone today? Do you feel like, okay, I know exactly what I need to be doing? Oh, someone has a question about host rewards. A host earns free shipping with 3+ orders placed at the party. Does that include her purchase? If she's going into her own party as her own customer and writing up her own order form. Okay. When you say how to order material for the products, what do you mean? Are you talking about how to get information about the products or how to order more products, Bridget? I'm not sure what you're asking me, so please type it in and I'll give it my best shot at answering. Invites and catalogs. Oh, inside, I'm glad you asked. That's a brilliant question. Inside your party starter kit, you have a business supply catalog, and you can take a look at all the different business supplies available to you, and you can certainly put in an order for your business materials. The next question is, if you don't submit 2,000 in your first 90 days, are you still able to be a consultant? Yes, you are, Safina. You are still a consultant. Absolutely. But remember, in order to maintain your status as a consultant, you need to ensure that at the very least, you're submitting $250 within a rolling 3 months. But I don't like talking about minimums so much. I mean, that's the minimum. $250 every 3 months keeps your account open. I like to think of Norwex as something that we're going to share on a monthly basis. Not only will we use our own Norwex daily, but we'll want to commit ourselves to a goal of being sure that we're out sharing Norwex with other people on a monthly, weekly basis. Okay? Sherry, no, the way I described microsilver and the microfiber and blend, no, I don't believe there's anything in writing in the back office that describes it. So the best way to just tell your customers is use my coffee example. And that means that the silver is not going to flake off, it's not going to wash off. And the way to test that that is true is you might have, if you've been a Norwex fan for a while, go back to some of your older cloths and smell them. Now, if you've not done a very good job on keeping your Norwex cloths clean, and by that I mean you can't be using some of those laundry detergents at the grocery stores that have all kinds of perfumes, phthalates, and dyes, you need to use something like Norwex laundry detergent. And we've just come out with Norwex microfiber cleaner, which really helps clean the Norwex cloth. I can tell you that my cloths that I use in my home, I don't necessarily have to ever launder them. I do such a fabulous job of rinsing them under hot water every time I use them that my cloths are always clean. I never have to throw them in the laundry. There you go. Well, listen, I do hope you'll come back. Our next call is scheduled, and I do hope that you will come back. And I invite you to come back as often as you feel that you need to, whether it's just to feel excited about Norwex, that it's a great way to start off the week, or you just feel that you didn't get everything written down that you wanted to. Come back as often as you want.